Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this stitch. It's very, very pretty, and I think it would make a gorgeous baby blanket or regular blanket. It would work well for scarves or sweaters, pretty much anything actually. It's a semi-solid stitch, you can see little bitty holes there in those little shell areas. But this is what the front looks like. And then this is what the back looks like. Both are actually pretty if you ask me, but both are very different. So you could choose actually your liking. I like both, but I do think that this is supposed to be the front. Now this is called tufts of grass stitch. So it's supposed to be like little patches of grass is what it's supposed to look like. And it's not hard to do. It is a 4-row repeat, but that's okay. It's not hard. So do you guys want to go ahead and get started on this? Let's do it. Hey, I'm going to ask you not to forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, you can always check out my vlog channel. It's always fun there. And give this video a like if you enjoy. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll show you what yarn I use for my sample. I use Lion Brand Landscapes, which is a 100% acrylic medium weight number 4, and the color that I'm using is called Bazaar. No, I'm sorry, Fiesta. I used Bazaar last time. Fiesta is the color that I used. And then I'm using a size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now you can do whatever you want to do with this stitch, because I'm going to give you the multiple, and you just chain for how many chains you want. So if you want a blanket, you make it as as long as you want. The multiple is 4 plus 2. So you need to make your chain in a multiple of 4, which means that your chain number needs to be evenly divisible by 4, and then you add 2 more once you get the length that you want. So if you want a scarf, you want to do it shorter. If you want to do a blanket, you'll do it longer. So a multiple of 4 plus 2. And now let's go ahead and we'll begin. Okay, we're going to start row 1 by putting a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. Now remember, we do not count the one that's on our hook. So here's 1 and 2. We're going to go right back into that and single crochet like that. And then we're going to work a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put 3 double crochets back into that same stitch that we single crocheted into. So there's 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Now we're going to start the repeat of the row. So we're going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put a single crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go right back into that same stitch that we single crocheted into, and we're going to work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to repeat that. We're going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. In the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 doubles back into the same stitch that we single crocheted into. And this is the pattern that we're going to repeat for row 1 until we get to the last 4 stitches of our row. So we'll skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the next, chain 3, and 3 doubles back into the same stitch. So I'm going to continue until I get to my last 4 stitches of my row. Alright, I'm coming to the end of row 1, and I have 4 stitches that remain. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to single crochet into my last stitch. So I'll be skipping 3 and single crocheting into my last stitch, and that'll end row 1 like that. And now we're going to start row 2. So row 2 starts the repeat rows. It's rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the repeat rows for this pattern. So for row 2, we're going to start with a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to turn our work. Now we're going to go back into that same stitch, that right here, the very first one, that single crochet from the previous row, and we're going to work a double crochet into that stitch. Just like that. Now we're going to start the repeat of the row. We are going to put a single crochet into the top of this chain, the next chain 3. So what we're actually doing is skipping of these 3 double crochets, and in this chain 3 here, in the very top stitch, we're going to single crochet like that. And then we are going to put a V-stitch, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all into this next single crochet. So this single crochet right down here from the previous row, we're going to yarn over and we're going to go into, and we're going to work a V-stitch. So we're going to work a double crochet, a chain 1, and then go back into the same stitch and work another double crochet like that. And then again, we're going to skip these 3 double crochet here, and we're going to put a single crochet into the top of this next chain 3. So right into the top of the chain 3, we put a single crochet like that. And then again, we're going to put a V-stitch right down here in the single crochet from the previous row. So we're going to yarn over, find that single crochet. It's right here at the bottom of this chain. We're going to go into it and we're going to work a double crochet, a chain 1, go back into it and work another double crochet just like that. And that's what we're going to repeat for row 2. So again, we're going to skip these 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the top of the chain 3, and then we're going to put a V-stitch into the next single crochet from the previous row. So it's right down here at the bottom of this chain 3. We go right into it and we work a double, chain 1, and a double, all into the same stitch just like that. And we're going to repeat this pattern until we get to the last chain 3 space of our row. So I'll meet you right here towards the end. Alright, I'm coming to the end of row 2, and I just did a V-stitch here into my last single crochet. So I'm going to skip these 3 double crochets, and I'm going to single crochet into the top of this last chain 3 space. But that's not the end. What I'm going to do is, there is a single crochet down here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's down here. It's the first one we did. We're going to put 2 double crochets into this single crochet at the bottom. Remember, we single crocheted right here, and then we chain 3. Go into that single crochet, that last one, and work 2 double crochets. So there's 1, and there's 2, and that's how you end row 2. And that's what it starts to look like. So now we're going to go ahead and start row 3 by chaining 3 and turning our work. And turn our work. Now we're going to go back into the very first stitch right here and work 2 double crochets. Just 1, and there's 2. Now what we're going to do is single crochet into the next single crochet. So if you look, you'll see that the next single crochet is right here before this V-stitch. So we're going to single crochet into the top of it like that, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go back into that same spot that we just single crocheted into and work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. And again, we are going to skip this V-stitch right here, and we're going to single crochet into the top of the next single crochet. So you can see our V-stitches right here. Right here is the single crochet from the previous row. Go ahead and put a single crochet into it. Chain 3. And then we're going to put 3 double crochets right back into the same stitch. It's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to repeat again. We're going to put a single crochet into the next single crochet. So we just skip this V-stitch entirely from the previous row, and we put a single crochet right here into the next single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Go back into the same stitch and work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And this is the pattern we're going to repeat until we get near the end of the row. Again, skip this V-stitch, single crochet into the top of the next single crochet, chain 3, and 3 doubles back into that same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to continue this until we get to the last single crochet down here, and I'll meet back up with you right here. Alright, I've come to the end of row 3, and I'm going to go ahead and single crochet into my last single crochet. So I'm skipping this V-stitch right here, and I'm going to single crochet into my last single crochet. Now row 3 ends a little bit weird, so we single crochet into that last single crochet, and then we chain 3, but we don't go back into that same stitch. What we're going to do is a double crochet 2 together here at the end. So we're going to yarn over and go into the next stitch, and we're going to draw up a loop, and we're going to yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over again, and we're going to go into the top of this chain 3 and draw up a loop. We're going to yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook. We'll have 3 loops that remain, and then we're going to yarn over and go through all 3. So that's how you end row 3, just like that. Now we're going to begin row 4. Row 4, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we're going to go ahead and put a single crochet right back in that same stitch. So right there on that double crochet 2 together, we're going to put a single crochet like that. And now we are going to just skip this chain 3 space here, and into the single crochet down here, we're going to work a V-stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go into it, do a double crochet, chain 1, go back into the same stitch again, and double crochet, just like that. Now we're going to skip these 3 doubles here, and we're going to put a single crochet. We're going to start the repeat of the row. We're going to skip these 3 double crochets, and we're going to put a single crochet in the top of the chain 3, like that. And then we are going to come down here. We're going to work a V-stitch down here in the next single crochet. So it's right down here at the bottom of this chain space. Go ahead and work a V-stitch. So a double, chain 1, and double. All right, so now we're going to put a single into the top of this next chain 3 space. So we're going to skip these 3 doubles into the top of this chain 3 space. We're going to put a single crochet, and we're going to put a V-stitch down here into the next single crochet right down here at the bottom from the previous row. So just follow this chain 3 space down and you'll see that single crochet. So go right into it and work a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. And this is a pattern we're going to repeat till we get near the end. So again, we're going to put a single crochet into the top of the next chain 3 space. So we're skipping these 3 doubles, single crochet, and then we put a V-stitch into the next single crochet from the previous row. So right down here, go in and work your V-stitch, a double, chain 1, and double. So we're going to repeat this pattern all the way until we get to this last V-stitch, or this last single crochet. We do a V-stitch here, and that's where I'll meet up with you. Alright, so I've made it to the end of row 4. I just did a V-stitch here into this last single crochet from the previous row. Now I'm just going to end by putting a single crochet into the top of the last chain 3 space. So there's actually only 2 double crochets here to skip, and just go ahead and put a single crochet into the top of that space like that, and that'll end row 4. Now we're going to start row 5, which is the last repeat of the row. So we are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to go right back into that same stitch, and we're going to work a single crochet, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go back into that same spot and work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3, just like that. And then we are going to skip this V-stitch, and we're going to put a single crochet into the next single crochet. So right here, single crochet right into it, and this is the repeat, starts the repeat of the row. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go back into that same spot and work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. Skip this V-stitch here and put a single crochet into the next single crochet like that. Chain 3 and put 3 double crochets into the same stitch. So this is the pattern we're going to repeat for row 5. Again, skip this V-stitch, single crochet into the next single crochet, chain 3, and 3 doubles back into the same stitch. So I'm going to keep repeating this pattern until I get near the end of the row, like that. Alright, I've come to the end of row 5, and I just did my chain 3 and 3 double crochets back into the single crochet. Now I'm going to skip this V-stitch, and I'm going to put a single crochet on top of the last single crochet. So right here there is a single crochet. Go right into it and put a single crochet in it, and that will end row 5. Now all it is a row, it's repeats of rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is what it starts to look like. Here, let me get my bigger piece. Now, it's not hard. It's not hard. I know it might seem a little confusing, but you got this. And I will put timestamps below, if you look in the comment section, of the beginning of rows 2, and the beginning of rows 3, and the beginning of rows 4 and 5. That way you can just click on those, and it'll take you right back to the beginning of the row, so you know how to start it again. Now, I did end on a repeat of row 4 to make it straight across. That way, if you're making a blanket and you want to add a border, that's fine. Say you're making a scarf, this would be a cool place to put some fringe in between that, or whatever you're making, you know. If you want it to have a straight edge and on a repeat of row 4. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Remember, don't forget to subscribe. Check out all my hundreds of tutorials. I got hundreds, I mean like hundreds of them, all neatly organized in playlists. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on. You don't want to miss any of my yarn content. I put on lots of cool yarn content too. Check out my vlog channel too, link to that below, and I'll see you on my next video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. All right, stay safe everybody. Bye guys.